morning,
Thanks,
everyone.
Asaph.
Welcome to Wake Up Missoula. My name is Noelle McAvoy.
And I'm Scott Reff.
And that was Asaph Adonai on piano. Asaph,
Yes.
what song was that?
That is the theme to my Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yes.
I love that movie. God,
Yeah.
that movie's
That's my
funny.
personal favorite film of all time.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh, man, it's great.
Well, we have a
thank
great
you.
show for you guys today. It is First Friday.
Yeah.
We got Matt Lurkey in the wings waiting to be on the show, so we won't talk too long this morning, but of course we have a lot to talk about. It's cold this morning.
It was so
It is
chilly.
pretty cold.
It was super chilly.
So let's take a look
cold.
about take a look about the current weather patterns that are happening today. It is currently 44 degrees outside, 7
Wow,
degrees
that's cold,
Celsius.
Scott.
Yes.
That's real cold.
But of course, it's gonna be really sunny today, which is probably why. I mean, it was so clear last night, so
It
clear.
better be.
So it got a chance to really cool off last night. So if you kept your window open last night, you could save a lot on air conditioning. So the high is going to be 80 degrees today, and then tonight it's gonna be mostly clear with a low of 51. Woo!
Wow.
And of course, 83, and it's going to stay in the 80s. And then through the weekend, you're going to see a slight chance of thunderstorms. And by Monday, you can see the same slight chance of thunderstorms. I'm going to say that it might rain again on Monday, Sunday, Monday or sometime, because we already reached our normal month-to-date average on precipitation.
That's great.
It was,
That's awesome.
yeah, just like that, boom.
That's great. And
Because it's usually about like 0.16 inches is the normal month of precipitation per day. We knocked that out of the park. We already
that's
knocked
great.
it out.
And you know what? All that rain that we got on Monday just cleared out all the smoke too. You guys notice it's a lot lighter and more clear, and it's so nice.
It is so nice.
Yeah, but we're gonna do some social media, I think.
Yes. If you want to find out more information about Wake Up Missoula, you can go to our website, wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. So nice, you have to spell it out twice.
Or else you won't be able to find it.
Yes.
Sorry.
You can also find us on our little Facebook
Yes,
page,
we have a Facebook page.
Wake Up Missoula. It's easy to find. You can also follow us on Twitter. We'll try to tweet you back, but yes. But
we will.
of course, Missoula Community Access has Twitter, where we always tweet all the stuff we're doing, current shoots, current events, all the sorts of stuff that are happening in Missoula, especially with local government.
Yes, definitely. Missoula Community Access Television also has a Facebook. And if you want to find out more information about MCAT, you can check out our Facebook, where we post videos and everything else. And then you can go to MCAT.org.
Yes, and MCAT is seeking 2 volunteers to be a board member. So if you're interested in being a board, and you know of a friend that also wants to be the board of MCAT, you could.
You and a friend.
Yeah, you and a friend.
Control MCAT.
Yeah. I'm hoping for twins. I'm hoping for like twins. It's like interchangeable. No, maybe fraternal twins.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
What a good idea, Scott.
Yes. But of course, I do have a picture. We did Boys and Girls Club have been visiting us, and I really like this picture.
That's great.
My favorite. Like, do you see this kid second from the right?
Yeah.
He's like looking right at the camera. He's like, "Brr."
Man, not take a picture of me. And there's Mason in the middle. This is one of our camp counselors right there.
Yep.
All the kids
He's helped
love
out
him.
so much.
The kids love him.
And speaking of Mason, I do have a video that he has shown. I have the video that he's showing all the kids, and all the kids are really engaged in that video. And I think this is one of my favorite videos, and it's really trending on YouTube. And imagine a motocross bike surfing the waves.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Watch it right here. So what do you think?
That was great. This is so cool. I want a bike like that.
Well, you're gonna have to spend like I think it's like 25 million.
Oh, great! Yeah. Hey, NBC, hire me.
But yes, I have a bunch of other videos on our show, but I do want to get to our guests. But
Yes.
But first, before we bring on our guests, I do want to show some of the new programming that are happening on MCAT tonight and tomorrow night, featuring Hellgate High School Orchestra and, of course, the 2015 Light Show.
Ooh, light show. Was that from like Christmas?
I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure usually most of our shoots, most of the stuff that premieres on MCAT was filmed about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And that's usually how our program works. And except for here, it's live.
Yeah.
So we'll be back with Matt Lurkey right after this.
This fascination with freedom in your head. Now you call me, you call me, you call me, you call me home. This introduction to the peacefulness of your stance. Now you call me.
Hello, we're here with Matt Lurkey from the MCT.
Morning.
Yes, good
Actually,
morning.
is it the MCT or is it MCT?
Just MCT's fine.
You are the MCT then.
Well, some people, yes. For us, we just call it MCT.
So that's also a misconception because people either say it's community theater or children's theater,
Yeah.
depending
Correct.
upon the circumstances.
Technically, our official term is MCT Incorporated,
Oh.
which just stands for Missoula Children's Theater and Missoula Community Theater. So it's an umbrella for both companies in that sense. So, because some of the stuff we do in the community theater is definitely not kid appropriate, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So.
It's not adult appropriate.
So you're here to talk about the end of your summer camps,
Correct.
but it's not technically the end for people to enjoy what some of
Absolutely.
the talented kids have worked so hard
Yes.
to prepare
Yeah.
for the people of Missoula and beyond.
And yes, and
Absolutely.
beyond.
We're in the middle of our sleepover camps, and so we have 3 camps going on right now. One at Sealy Lake, which is middle schoolers, 6th through 8th grade, and they're learning performing arts skills there. They're putting on learning acting, singing, dancing, and they're just there for a week just learning the craft. Then we have 2 camps up at Sealy, and they're only about 20 miles apart, Flathead Lake, I'm still getting them all down, and one we call North Shore, one we call South Shore, because one's to the north, one's to the south, and there's about 150 high school kids up there, all from around the world.
Oh,
And these
cool.
are kids who did our touring programs, which you see with the little red trucks and such. They get nominated, anybody can audition, but they get the information, and they come on out, and in 2 weeks they put on about a 2-hour musical review that does perform on our stage at the Center for Performing Arts that we have there. And that's coming up next week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Wow, so Thursday,
That's
Friday,
awesome.
Saturday.
Yes.
For one time only, because, like, every year it changes.
Correct.
So this is, like, your once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see talented kids performing
From
these.
around the world.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
And then, so is there like a majority of an area where all these kids are from?
I mean, mainly the West,
Okay, yeah.
Idaho, Washington, Montana, but a lot of them are from, the East Coast, a lot from Canada. We serve Air Force bases overseas in England, Turkey, Bahrain, and so some children from there come as well.
Cool.
And they make the trip all the way across the world to little old Missoula to put on a show.
And is it true, like, you're always looking for new volunteers to help out with the Little Red Truck as well?
They don't volunteer. If you were in the Little Red Truck, you are hired. And so it is a paying job for our tour actor directors, or TADs. And so we have 88 of them right now all across the world. It's 44 teams crisscrossing the country, and about 5 of them going to international locations as well. Putting on a week-long musical with 50 to 60 kids, and then packing up on Saturday, driving or flying to the next town, and doing it all over again.
And I heard you guys are trying to expand on that as well with this 1 Million Reasons.
Yes, the Million Reasons to Say Yes is our capital campaign to help us raise $1 million to help us pay off the mortgage along some other things to improve our programming and increase it, because taking care of the mortgage will really help us to do other things with our programming. And so if you're interested in that, that's all at our new website, which is mctinc.org, mctinc.org, and we just launched our new website in July, and it looks great.
Awesome. Great. Everyone log on to that.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit more about the away camps. Like, how do the kids get nominated, and how do they audition, that kind of thing?
So they get nominated doing our shows. If we see kids, especially in small towns that don't have an arts program, you know, ours is the only theater that comes to them during the year. So our tour actor directors, they see some potential for kids who maybe want some more training. So they'll nominate them, which just means they get the information by themselves. Anyone can audition for our camps, and all the information's on our website. So these kids then submit a video application. They then submit letters of recommendation, and then we make sure everything fits for them, works for them, and then it's a lot of process, just the logistics getting them from Florida or Maine or England to fly out here, and then they have to be driven up to either Seeley Lake or Flathead Lake.
Wow.
And they rehearse for either a week or 2 weeks, and then they all come back here. The high schoolers who are all up at Flathead Lake come back to Missoula, and an army of volunteers houses them as well. So about 150 kids stay with Missoula residents
that's wonderful.
as they put on shows as well, until their parents come to see the performances. Then they usually start staying with them. So lifelong family friends are made here as well when families come out, because the kids can be in camp for almost 7-8 years. So families make connections with families, and so they look forward to seeing the same people in the audiences. And it's really an amazing thing that we bring kind of a world community together for these kids to perform.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So one more time, when are these kids performing?
Yes, so the performance is called Bookin' It on Broadway, and it's based on, all the music is from musicals that are based on books.
Oh, nice.
So like The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Cats, Wicked, which is based on The Wizard of Oz, of course, and things like that. And that is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday next week. There's different performances on different days. I think there's 2 on, I know there's 1 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, 3 on Saturday. The kids really, really put on a huge show, and you can buy tickets on our website.
That's great.
Great. And there's always so much going on with the MCT.
Absolutely.
So, and where can people find more information?
mctinc.org, or our Facebook pages. We have a Facebook page for the community theater as well as the children's theater as well. Awesome. And we keep those up to date, so that's a great place to look at there.
All right, is there anything else you want to?
Nope, we've always got things after this. You know, actually, nope, but I keep talking, yes. Our community theater's starting up, and we have fall performing arts classes as well. So we're always busy at MCT.
Great. So we can just check you out on your website?
Absolutely.
Great. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. This was great.
Thank you.
So this is Matt Lurkey, and be sure to check out Off Broadway.
Yeah, Bookin' It on Broadway.
Bookin' It on Broadway. That's happening Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And yeah, tickets are on sale now.
Correct.
I'm Montana Hope.
I am Montana Hope.
I am Montana Hope.
For the last 30 years, the Montana Hope Project has been granting wishes to Montana children who face life-threatening illnesses.
I'm Montana Hope.
To make a donation and help their wishes come true, please visit montanahope.org.
We are Montana Hope.
Hello, and welcome back to Wake Up Missoula. We have, do you want to see a couple more trending YouTube videos?
Some videos, yeah.
Before we go on to
wonderful events. I would love to. Yes. Yes.
We have one more. Actually, wait. We actually have 2 more.
Yeah.
One is a tribute to Jon Stewart.
I know, Jon Stewart.
Courtesy of Arby's.
He's so great. I love Jon
Of course,
Stewart.
he's been giving Arby's a hard time ever since he started.
Really?
And Arby's made a montage of him. So here is a little taste of some Jon Stewart It's like I guess they're
Like
just
Sweet
they're making fun
Arby's
of themselves.
Revenge?
They're making fun of themselves.
Are they? That's
So here is the Arby's commercial based on Jon Stewart's sound bites, and I think this is hilarious.
Okay, let's roll.
Arby's! Isn't there anywhere else we can eat Arby's? Arby's, Arby's, with sliced something. Technically, it's food. Come for the tweets. Run from the meats. Come on, baby. Come on.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.
Boom! Why not challenge your stomach to a fight? You think pain and grief are hard to digest. It's like shock and awe for your bowel. The meal that's a dare for your colon. It's like if a stomach could get punched in the balls. All right, fine, Arby's.
Thank you for being a friend.
Yes.
That was hilarious. Good job, Arby's. That was hilarious.
Yes. But
I bet Jon Stewart just loved that.
yes.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, but of course, as long as anybody's known Chris Farley back in the 90s, they always consider him one of the best Saturday Night Live cast members of all time. But of course, he died a little too young. And of course, one of the many things that people would talk about is that he was the voice of Shrek before Mike Myers was the voice of Shrek.
Oh, really?
And he recorded about 95% of Shrek's audio for the whole movie.
wow.
Basically, his audio is throughout the whole entire movie. And they finally leaked the lost audio from this movie. Actually, the movie came out like in 2000, 2001,
Yeah.
and they recorded this in 1997.
Oh, wow.
So they had a whole production as soon as Chris Farley died.
Yeah.
So here is a little taste of Chris Farley as Shrek, but of course they're using old sketches and stuff
Yeah.
from back in the day. So here is
Wow.
Chris Farley as Shrek from the original pre-production of Shrek.
Cool.
Nothing like a fire and a noble romantic mission to warm the cockles of your heart.
Yeah. I like my cockles room temperature, thank you very much.
Hey, if you're not doing this for cockle warming, why are you doing it?
Simple. Fartwad gets his princess, I get what I want.
Which is? Now, come on, what do you want?
I don't have time to set it to music.
Oh, this is another one of those onion things.
No, this is one of those drop it and leave me alone things.
All right, so there.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I am very, I think that the movie would have had a very different feel with Chris Farley as the voice.
That's why they changed it overall.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the audio from what they said is like they wanted to re-record it because in some ways it kind of made it seem like Shrek the Ogre was unempathetic towards him.
Yeah.
Like Mike Myers, the way he portrayed him, he just added a Scottish accent.
Yeah, which fits really well.
You never knew?
Yeah.
It would have been a completely
Would have
different
been
movie.
a total different movie.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting. That's really cool. Nice.
But
Well,
that concludes
some
my
videos.
stuff.
Okay. But I've got you
Events.
guys, there is so much stuff going on this weekend. It's great. And so it's First Friday, and so what I'm going to do is I've got some kid things going on for all you parents that are watching and want to do some activities with your children today. And then I have First Friday things and music. So Family Fun Time is at 9:30 this morning at Mismo Gymnastics. It's an open gym for ages walking to 12 years. It's a supervised and safe environment full of obstacle courses, trampolines, and foam pits. And it's $5 for members and $8 for non-members. So either way, it's still really cheap. And then Tiny Tales is at the Missoula Public Library starting at 10:30. This is for babies ages birth through 3 years. And they will sing songs, learn finger plays and nursery rhymes, and hear stories. And it's usually held in the downstairs in the large meeting room, but signs will be posted if it's going to be held elsewhere. And then Family Story Time is also at the Missoula Public Library. At the same time, this is so for like a little bit older children. And they have a themed story time on the Dragon Rug, which may include songs and an art activity. And then preschool playgroup is at Better Gymnastics starting at 11. This is for ages walking to 5 years. $8 a drop in, $12 for siblings. And they set up fun stations and activities throughout the gym. And parents and children get to choose the activities that interest them the most. And then my last, oh no, we have more kid events. Okay, so Spectrum Discovery Area. Their Discovery Bench is Squishy Circuits. And their Brain Lab is Did You Hear That? It starts at 11 today and goes until 4. And Kids Table. The Kids Table is this is put on by the Missoula Food Bank and hosted by the public library. And this is for children ages 18 and under to come in and get some free food at no questions asked.
Oh yeah.
So they get so they can have sandwiches, fruit, and snacks. Yeah. You know, you just drop in, no form to fill out, no questions asked, which is really nice. And so that's from noon to 1, usually it's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays on a drop-in basis. Yeah. But it is a Friday. It's probably whatever. Okay, so Teen Writers Group is at the Missoula Public Library starting at 3:30. The library always has a lot of great stuff going on. And so this is for teen writers who need inspiration and or feedback. You can go to the small meeting room. Yeah. 3:30 to 5:30 every Friday. And so those are the kid events that are going on. Now I've got all the First Friday stuff happening. So over at Meadow Sweet Herbs, they've got a peppermint distillation with a copper still. So they're going to be distilling essential oil and hydrosols from Carrie's Herb Garden. You can learn about many properties of peppermint essential oil and take home a sample bottle of peppermint. It goes on from 4 to 7. So that's so cool. Meadow Sweet Herbs is located on 3rd Street by Bernice's Bakery and the gas station in Tacosano. But over at the Missoula Art Museum, so this has been I don't know if it was today, I think it was a day or two ago, but it's the 70th anniversary of the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They've been playing a lot of stuff on PBS about it too. And so the Jeanette Rankin Peace Center has been engaging the Missoula community all weekend and all week long, unfolding origami peace cranes, which is the symbol of international peace cranes created by Japanese school children after the war. And so there'll be 10,000 cranes for this commemoration displayed out against the outside north wall of the museum, and you can fold a peace crane yourself, and they have instructions in paper. And then, starting at 5 in Caris Park, they've got a bunch of bluegrass. So Hill Stomp, Von Stomper, and the Dodgy Mountain Men are going to be in Caris Park starting at 5 p.m. for free, all ages, hosted by the Badlander. Thanks, Badlander. And then we've got our First Friday over at Berkshire Hathaway Montana Properties, starting at 5. This featured artist is Heidi West. Her ceramic wall pieces are inspired by the colors, shapes, and patterns of lichen observed on rocks and bark. And then also at 5 p.m. is We Can't Forget our friend Nancy's Crazy Hat Parade. So go in front of First Interstate Bank at 5 p.m. this evening and find Nancy, and she'll bring you some crazy hats, or you can make your own hat today and bring it to, First Interstate Bank, and she's gonna have a crazy hat walk. So find her and wear some hats. So that starts at 5. And then over at the Missoula Art Museum at 5, there is a Montana's One Room Schools art exhibit. So Neil Chaput and Keith Graham focused on the basic daily school activities of classwork and the relationships between teachers and their pupils in Montana's rural one-room schools around the state. And so they'll talk about the schools, the people they encountered, There'll be wine, beer, and non-alcoholic beverages, and they'll also have DJs or live performers. Yeah, it starts at 5. And then over at their Radius Gallery at 5 p.m., they had like a group exhibit called Scapes. And it's going to be dismantled tomorrow. So tonight's going to be the last time that they have it on exhibit. I'll show you guys a picture of one of their scapes. It's pretty sweet. And so that's a picture of their artwork. And so that is going to be part of that's going to be dismantled tomorrow. So this is the last time you can see it. So check out the Radius Gallery, and you can find out all the wonderful art that's there.
What is this one called?
It's called Scapes. SCAPES. Yeah. So it's a group show. And then over at the Dram Shop, they have a First Friday show with Joey Early. And it's a photography show. It's portraits of brewers across western Montana. That's going to be cool. Dram Shop at 5. That's on Front Street. And then over at Gecko Designs, they have a Edison show and Brass Knot Quintet. They have an exhibit of Thomas Edison and phonograph history of the early 1900s, 1920s. It's an interactive exhibit that'll feature demos of spring-driven cylinder record phonographs, as well as the process of live recording to wax cylinder. Oh, that's gonna be really cool. It'll be featuring music from Brass Quintet, Brass Knot. That's gonna be so cool. So go check that out, you guys. Gecko Designs. That'll be on Higgins Street. And then Repertoire Art and Design. They've got a photo op show. They have 6 fabulous photographers on tap. And I know it literally says that.
That sounds like they're like, never mind.
I know.
You're a tall drink of beer.
Yeah.
I like my photographers like I like my beer.
On tap.
Stout.
But so their show is from abstraction to realism. So
What?
it's all over the place. 6 photographers at Repertoire Art and Design. Okay. I know. I had to say it like that.
Yeah,
I
you
love saying
should.
it like that. Okay, wait, hang on. My hair's kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
All right, over at Gallery 709 in Montana Art and Framing is Walter Hook, Another Look. So, all these are seldom seen works by Walter Hook, and they're for sale from collectors and his estate. So Walter Hook must not be with us anymore, but here is an example of one of his paintings.
Wow.
So that's crazy. I know, it's beautiful.
Nice shadow designs. Gives it a nice, really like good depth and.
It does, and it makes it. I like how it like looks like the sunlight is reflecting off of the wood. You did a great job. Yeah. So you could buy that. Wow. And so that'll be at Gallery 709 in Montana Art and Framing.
Oh, there's another gallery?
Yeah, I think they have 2 galleries in there.
Wow.
I know, it's so much. And then at E3 Convergence Gallery, they're having Elaine Fracelli. Elaine Fracelli. And her installation piece, Miracle, explores differences and similarities of the human individual. And here's a picture of one of her artworks.
It's an eyeball.
Looks like it's got, like a tennis ball
Is
in
that,
there.
no, oh, yeah, it looks like there's a tennis ball and a stadium and the eyeball. Yeah, but art is subjective. See
Art
what
is,
you want.
It is. That's the great thing about art, is that it can be whatever you want it to be. It's wonderful. Yeah. And then over at the Clay Studio Missoula, they've got an opening reception for Chad Steeves. This is called Inner Parks. And his work celebrates the questioning of objects and rediscovering of moments in the past. As an artist, he is driven by a desire to evoke meaningful and significant memories, wonder, and curiosity within all his viewers. His large-scale ceramic works, created by both hand-bullying and throwing, reflect a sense of both purpose and playfulness. His ceramic surfaces are intended to look as though they had been well used and then abandoned. Worn, chipped, and saturated with stains, the visual aesthetic of his sculptures have a patina of apparent use that serves to unify the overall aesthetic of a moment captured in time, arriving at a feeling of nostalgia. Overall, his work celebrates the questioning of objects and then the rediscovering of moments in the past. And that will be at the Clay Studio Missoula at 5:30 tonight. And then Frame of Mind, they've got 2 different artists. So it looks like they've got 3 artists so far tonight. No, they just have 2 artists. Okay, so starting at 5:30, the first artist they have is Mara Panic, and her work is captures the feelings connected with urban isolation, social pressures on body and spirit, and the disconnect that occurs between our past and current selves. And then her paintings create a world of faceless, undefined figures surrounded by words and musings, created an impression of conscious flowing into the conscious. Sounds pretty cool. And then they also have Midnight Dreams by Dakota Knight, and it's showing her artwork combines the absurd and what-ifs of the natural world. She promotes positivism and hope through her work by translating the beauty and fantasy of nature onto paper. Yeah. And then over at Shakespeare and Company, Robbie Nadler is going to be reading from his new book, Jesse Guerin Writes a Love Letter, at 6 p.m. And then over at the Real Good Art Studio, this is looking at... What?
I'm just saying, there's a lot of art galleries.
I know, there's a ton of stuff going on. I told you guys. So the Real Good Art Studio, located at 1205 Defoe Street, number 1. This is called Masses, and the show centers around pink gelatin forms which can actually be consumed. So the desirability of these otherwise undesirable objects is superficially aroused through advertising, display, a live product demonstration, and pressure from performers in an effort to manipulate the viewer into partaking into the ritual of consumption. That sounds like that's going to be really interesting. That's put on by Michael Workman, and that starts at 7 p.m. this evening. And then over at Taste Buds Kitchen, they've got a sushi and dumpling BYOB cooking class. They're going to teach you how to make and roll sushi as well as dumplings. There's a grand opening special of $20 a person. That starts at 7. And then over at the Jeanette Rankin Peace Center, they've got a Food Not Lawns 2015 Edible Nation Tour. So I think what they are trying to promote is that you should get rid of your lawns and just make food, make gardens, have like sustainable urban garden communities. Or else you should stop putting in lawns and start putting in urban gardens. I'm not sure. But if you go to the Jeanette Rankin Peace Center at 7 p.m. tonight, I'm sure you'll find out. And so it's tonight, it's a whole weekend event. Tonight is a slideshow and seed swap. And then the author and founder, Heather Jo Flores, will be sharing inspiring photos and stories about the Food Not Lawns movement around the country. So they would like you to bring surplus seeds, plants, and garden tools to give away to friends and neighbors. They have a $5 to $10 recommended donation, but no one is turned away for lack of funds. So that's what's going on for all the First Friday stuff. Up next, I've got music for tonight. Cash for Junkers is going to be at the Old Post Pub at 7. And like I said, there's Bluegrass in the Park at Caris Park at 5. Then there is a Cash for Junkers will be behind the Old Post. There's a Fishbowl Friday at Monk's. It's called Wild Style. Ooh. It's a complicated and intricate form of graffiti. So that's what they're promoting is graffiti. So if you see a lot of graffiti tomorrow, don't be surprised.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Oh, look at that graffiti. I'm so surprised. So the featured DJs are Megan Hamilton, Ghost Eater, Nerd Skull, and the featured local artists are Alex Lee and Maya Gabriel. There's a Northern Lights. This is a country band. This is going to be at Sunrise Saloon at 9. Idle Ranch Hands will be at the Union Club at 9:30. Dodgy Mountain Men, Ted Ness and the Rusty Nails will be at the Top Hat Lounge at 9:30. And Hell's Bells, this is a great band. This is a all-female AC/DC tribute band, and they're awesome. Yeah, have you never heard of them before? Oh, they're great. They're great. They'll be at the Badlander at 9:30. It's $15, but it's well worth it. They'll be with Missoula Rockers, Trouble Lewis, and the Misfortunate Tellers, but it's well worth it. They're a great band. I highly advise you guys go check it out. One and only all-female AC/DC tribute act, and they just rock.
Where are they from?
I'm not quite sure where they're from. I think they're from, I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But, and so I figured that since there was so many things on Friday, I'm just going to give a brief overview of Saturday. So instead of going to ASAF right now, I'm just going to quickly talk about Saturday events. So we've got our, we have all of our farmers markets tomorrow. So we've got our Clark Fork Market, starts at 8 a.m. And then the farmers market is at 8 a.m. as well. And then the People's Market is at 9. And all these go from between 1 and 2 p.m. in the afternoon tomorrow. And then there's a Snowbowl. There's a 15K trail run starting at 8:30 over at Snowbowl ski area. And then the Food Not Lawns tour, that's happening all weekend, like I said. And so Saturday, they're going to be talking about paradise gardening and a food forest workshop. $30 to $50, and pre-registration is required. You can contact 407-2671 to register. And then there is stuff going on at Clark Fork Market. And then there's an introduction to whitewater kayaking. And over at the Missoula Art Museum, there's more stuff by Neil Sheput and Keith Graham about the Montana one-room schools. And then there's a watermelon cupcake workshop over at Taste Buds Kitchens for ages 2 to 6. Family fun time is at Mismo Gymnastics at 10 a.m. There's a pottery sale. There's a peace crane fold-in. Yeah. If you guys want to find out more what's going on in Saturday events, you can check out MissoulaEvents.net. But I figured there was so much on Friday that I just give a brief overview and then move along. Yeah, so that's what I've got for events. Check out MissoulaEvents.net for any more information of what I've talked about or things that I haven't talked about. You can also go to Missoula Community. No, you can go to the. I know, sorry, I'm spacing. You can go to the Independent University website, or the newspaper always has your events. Yeah, and then, so now we're switching gears over to Asaph.
Boy, this is going to be kind of a short, fun little story. Before there was H.R. Puffin stuff, before there was Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop, before there was Howdy Doody and Kukla, Fran, and Ollie, there was Captain Kangaroo. Captain Kangaroo is an American children's television series that aired on weekday mornings on American television network CBS for nearly 30 years, from October 1955 to December 1984, making it the longest running nationally broadcast children's television program of its day. Basically, the creator, Bob Keeshan, he's the creator of Captain Kangaroo, and this was just basically a show that was based on a warm relationship between grandparents and children. And Captain Kangaroo had a loose structure. You know, they went to the treasure house where the captain would tell stories, meet guests, like, you know, the famous actors of the time, and they would do silly stunts with regular characters, both human and puppets, similar to H.R. Puffin stuff. And Keeshan performed this character 9,000 times over a 30-year run. And some of the characters were the Dancing Bear, Bunny Rabbit, of course Captain Kangaroo, Grandfather the Clock, Mr. Moose, and of course the most famous character, Mr. Green Jeans, which is the character on the left here. He was one of the most beloved, well-known of the characters, second to Captain Kangaroo. So there's no like Academy Awards or anything like that. This was just a fun little children's show that just ran seemingly forever. Like the Ever Ready Bunny just kept going and going and going. And of course, I used to watch this show when I was in first grade. So give
Did
you
you?
an idea. Yeah. I'd get to watch this show and then my mom would send me off to school. That was the way it was at that time.
Who was your favorite character?
Mr. Green Jeans.
Was it?
Yeah.
Nice.
He was just a favorite of the characters. So that's a short little history of the...
And then wait, who's this character in this photo?
Well, he was just one of the actors. They had like a lot of famous people.
Oh.
That looks like Charlton
time.
Heston. Charlton Heston?
Well, I want to say Pat Harrington, but don't quote me on that.
Oh.
The actor on One Day at a Time with Valerie Bertinelli.
Huh.
But don't quote me on that, though. So. But it was a fun little show, and they just did little skits, and they weren't trying to save the world or whatever. They just did fun things.
Yeah, it was just genuine and fun.
Just genuinely fun things. They weren't being politically correct. They weren't trying to teach your kid to not be a bully or anything necessarily. Just fun little skits at the time. I don't know how many people remember Captain Kangaroo, but
I'm sure
it was
a lot.
delightful, fun show.
If it was your favorite show, I'm sure it was a lot of people's favorite show too.
And also, this actor Bob Keeshan, he did the original Howdy Doody, the Clarabelle the Clown. Howdy Doody came out probably years later, and all the rest of those children's shows. But
this is like the pioneer children's show.
Yeah, in 30 years.
Cool.
That's even more than Gunsmoke, which ran 20 years.
Yeah. So when did it start?
It started in 1955, October 3rd, 1955.
And then ended 85.
December 8th, 1984.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. That's awesome.
Okay, it's Captain Kangaroo, Bob Keeshan.
Thanks, Asaph.
And now it's time for one of my favorite segments of all time. It's Hallmark or Bullmark. Are you guys ready? Hit it, Asaph. It was a night like any other weekend for Lorelai Cunningham. Tub of ice cream and a playlist of champions, until one day she is sucked into a world of her soap operas in the form of a few unexpected guests. Her longtime friend, Kendra Weathers, decides to surprise her for Lorelai's half-birthday, like back in the day. Kendra's attempt to bring Lorelai out of her comfort zone by taking her on the night of her life. Can Lorelai get off her duff to experience life before it passes her by? And this movie's called Lorelai and Kendra. Is this Hallmark or Bullmark?
Bullmark.
You gonna say Bullmark?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to agree.
All right. You're right. It's
Yep.
Bullmark.
As soon as you said tub of ice cream, when it only says tub of ice on there, I was like, yep.
Oh, clever.
Because I was like, why are they eating a tub of ice? And then Scott said it's cream, and I was like, all right.
All right, try not to read over my shoulder this time. All right, hit it. Times are changing in a small town of Waterton, Maine, but Hank is unable to let go of the last of the town's historic charm. Hank is a retired firefighter who's been protecting a burnt-down building. Protecting a burnt building with secrets to Hank's past. When one of his rants goes viral on the internet, it launches him into a campaign to save the old building. But can he come up with a worthwhile proposal to wow the town while still keeping the secret he holds most dear? And the movie's called Going Viral.
Oh.
Is this a Hallmark original movie, or is this complete Bullmark?
Bullmark.
Now I'm going to agree with that.
Why do you?
Because it sounds too modern.
It sounds too modern.
It sounds really modern.
Way too modern.
I was thinking that too.
Well, guys, I guess you beat me this time.
Yes! Good job, Mason!
Yeah, high five. Yeah.
Victory is ours!
Well, when you talked about the high five, whatever it was,
We're listening for clues now.
Oh.
We're listening for you to slip up.
Slip up?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Like the tub of ice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We listen now. We're on to you.
All right, whatever.
We're on to you, old man Ramp.
All right. But of course, it wouldn't be a Friday without summer video provided by the kids. But this month we're going to be featuring the Boys and Girls Club, and I made another film yesterday with the Boys and Girls Club, and I think this is a really fun video. Of course, in the beginning of the day they wanted to make a slasher film, and then after I said, okay, we got the slasher film out of the way, let's do this film. So this is the good film. So they're not killing each other like they always like to do.
I know, it's so weird.
It's kids being kids.
I just don't understand why they like that. I don't know.
But here's Where's Angela by the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, where'd you get the Furby at?
Walmart.
Oh man, that's a pretty cheap place.
Yeah.
Hey!
What?
Hey! What is it? Angela's missing. Yeah, she wasn't on Twitter today, and I'm really worried. She wasn't on Twitter?
That's terrible!
She wasn't on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Vine, YouTube. You don't have Kick? This is a bigger deal. She hasn't been online for 5 seconds. We have to find her.
Yeah! Wait, there she is! Hi guys, what's going on?
Where have you been?
I was up that tree.
Listen, I was really scared. You can't do that to me.
I'm sorry. I'm glad it all worked out.
Well, what do we do now?
We should go to eat pasta on a stick. We should totally Instagram that.
And then I killed myself.
Hey,
where you guys going?
We're going to Pastanos.
Hey, I think you guys are looking for Angela. Well, she's right there. Well, I'm funny. Hey guys, you wanna join us? We're gonna walk in slow motion and things. Okay.
And so that was all taken on Scott's iPhone.
My best little
His
iPhone.
slow motion, cool camera thing.
Yes.
It's pretty sweet. That was great.
Buy it. Where's my money?
Buy it.
Of course. That about ends it for Wake Up Missoula. Thank you guys for joining me. I wanted to give another shout out to Matt Lurkey for coming on our show.
NCT,
and they're doing the Broadway, the best of, kind of like a cornucopia of amazing talent.
Books on Broadway.
Amazing books on Broadway. Thank you. Happening Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for one time only. One summer only.
Next week, yeah.
Next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
From talented kids from all over the world. Check it out over at MCT.
Yep.
But if you want to find out more information about us and Wake Up Missoula, you can check us out on our website, wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. You can like us on Facebook, as well as liking us on Twitter, where we will definitely tweet you back.
Of course, you can always follow Missoula Community Access Television on Twitter, as long as you like them on Facebook as well. And be sure to log on to mcat.org to find out more information about our new openings for board members, and also our Do It in 72, as well as our MCAT summer camps. And you can read our 2014 annual report. All sorts of wonderful government things that you guys can enjoy on MCAT. It's just great.
It's so great.
It's just so awesome. Yeah. But we had a lot of fun here today on Wake Up Missoula.
Thanks for coming by, everyone, and checking us out. As always, my name is Noelle McAvoy.
And I'm Scott Ramph.
Have a great weekend. See you Monday.
And for Wake Up Missoula, here's Asaph Adonai.